Good morning, guys. In today's video I am going over how to introduce a newbie to Killteam, and I'm talking like fresh out of the gate. If you have some Killteams and they can play it, great. If they have to buy it, less great, but still okay. Basically, just what Killteam would you make a beginner sit down and learn the game with? Let's get into it. So for my rules, the first rule is no combos. I don't want a kill team where if there's a vital piece, and let's just say it's the captain, that a beginner can make a mistake, lose their combo piece too early, and then the whole team falls apart. Nothing like that. Basically Pathfinders. We just want something very simple, so no combos. Next thing is nothing too unique. I did movement and respawn, so basically we kind of wanted that every kill team, that they can use this kill team to learn other kill teams and just learn the game. It's not meant to be a kill team that's too unique, in the sense that the skills that they'll learn from that kill team can't actually be transitioned to other kill teams. So I'm not talking like, oh, only melee or only range. That's kind of okay, but more typically I'm more focused on things like Vespids that have fly. So basically, because they can fly around the map, they don't have to worry about the vertical element of movement in the game, and that doesn't translate well when they eventually jump off Vespids and then try to learn another team, or something like Mandrakes with their, like, I think it's called like shadow magic type thing, where they just teleport into the shadows. Necrons with their respawns, or also even just Falgor Ravagers with their respawns. The other rule is no warriors. Point number 4, most important thing for beginners, just have fun. The team needs to be able to kill units. I don't want any teams that are like objectively based only. I wanted that you can start at the most basic version of the game, which is just kill up, just jump onto the map, kill each other, have fun that way. It's the easiest way to get somebody hooked into kill team. You just let them kill a horde army and they're done. You've done your job. Point number 5, the team needs to be tanky, either with good save rolls or good wounds. The team needs to basically be able to take some hits. You as a beginner, you're going to be out of position way too often. You're going to have to learn about concealment and cover and obscure. You're going to make lots of mistakes, and most importantly, you're going to jump out of concealment way too early. You're going to try and get a shot against somebody that is in concealment and in cover and has obscure. You're going to miss all your shots, and then they're going to punish you for jumping out of concealment. It happens all the time. Point number 6, ideally one box, but most of these teams, I will admit, they're not a full one box kill team. Basically, if you buy the one box, you can play the kill team, but you just won't have access to all the options, and that's where either a second box is needed or magnets. But let's get into it right now. Okay, starting off at number 4 is the Angels of Death. If you have ever looked into Killteam, the beginner starter set, this is your bread and butter. They are the poster boys. You can basically get them versus the Plague Marines at any local game shop. Most of your friends will have bought that starter set, so it is probably the first team that's going to be offered to you. You technically don't even need to buy this. Everyone will have this kill team for you to jump on and learn, and you get to play as everyone's favorite Space Marines. I think there's a choice of 6 or 7 operatives, and then you play with 5 of them on the board. You can basically be the one-man killing machines. This is the elites of the elites. You have the best saves, the best wounds. You can fire twice. Very easy to get into. Only issue that I do actually have with this team is that you don't have that many units. So on the low end, you got like 5 or 6, and then at the high end of what's it called? Kill teams, it's like 13 to 14 units. So you only get to play around with like less units, and if one of them dies too early, that can feel a bit punishing. But apart from that, like I said, you're going to be walking around with 15 wounds. You're going to have a 3+ save. So your units are super tanky. Okay, some of them do have 14. But like I said, you're going to be able to just run around. You're not going to get one shot on any of your units. And especially if your like friend is nice, you get to just kill a horde army super quick, super easy, and it's a lot of fun. Coming in at number 3 is my team, the Hearthkin Salvages. Like I said, this team, not a one-box kill team, but you buy a box and you're pretty much set for a few games very happy. You don't need all the options, but obviously having all the options is very fun. The way that the team plays is you are basically midget Space Marines, and I love it. You can play all of the operatives. You don't need to worry about warriors, but what you do need is gunners. So gunners are the bread and butter for this team. It's not a combo team, but the more units that die, you basically add grudge tokens to the enemy, which means that you get more crits the later on the game gets. So as the game gets later, you're gonna kill more units, and the gunners are what do the killing late game. But apart from that, you get access to a lot of different elements of the game that the Space Marines don't give you, which is why I put them at number 4. Like I said, you're going to get access to medics, you're going to get access to melee only focus guys, you're going to get access to grenades, you're going to get access to a fly mechanic, which the Vespids would give you, but it's only for one unit, not all 10. You'll get access to communication guys, and then of course the big bread and butter of the game, the gunners. The good thing about this team is you get to play with 10 units, so you're in the middle between elites and horde, but you get 8 wounds, which is okay, but the 3+ saves are amazing. It's basically the same as the Space Marine armor, so you're golden there, and just as a beginner you have lots of fun. You don't need to worry too much about the different mechanics, but if your friends are nice, they will, even if you don't play with equipment, they'll still give you climbing rigs in order to just move around the map a little bit. The movement does punish this team, so that's the only aspect of it that puts them at number 3. Number 2 on the list, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. The SKR is not a word to me. The Cadian Special Forces team. So basically, the Imperial Guard do have like 3 or 4 teams now. However, my friend, when I play with them, we typically always play the same lineup, which is the Hearthkin Salvages, which is my team, and then we normally play against his Imperial Guard, and he plays the Death Corps team. However, I can tell you he does not have the best time. The other version of the Imperial Guard, it's much more hardy. It's a 14 unit squad of guys, and they have, I think, 7 wounds, and they only save on +5s, so they're very, very squishy. A lot of them do get one shot, especially once they've got some grudge tokens on them. However, the Special Forces team have a lot more armor. They are a lot less in terms of their unit size. There are only 10 of them, but it's very, very similar to the Dwarves, in the sense that you'll have your main guy, your sergeant, and then followed up by a bunch of different operatives that all have a special position. So you'll have a medic, you'll have a demo, you'll have a recon, you'll have some gunners, you'll have a sharpshooter, a trooper, and then a communication or Vox trooper. So you get to play with that. If you play, if you jump in straight away to your faction rules, you will get things like ice in your veins to keep yourself more. You won't get one shot, basically. That's always the goal as a new person. And if you see here, these are the better version of the Death Corps. So you get 8 wounds instead of 7, and then you save on +4 instead of a +5 only. So solid team to learn the game, and instead of having the Dwarves handicap of a move 5, you get the full move 6, so you get to enjoy and learn the game that way. Coming in at number 1, it's everyone's favorite. It is the go-to team. I think this is the best team to learn. If you have a friend and you're trying to get them into this game, the number 1 team is Commandos by far. They are so orky, they are so goofy, they're so fun to play. They tick all my boxes in terms of the enjoyment aspects. So 1, you get a lot of units to play with. You get, I think, a total of 11 that you can field on the board. However, of those 11, 2 of them are basically not orcs. You got a grot, and you've got a squig, a bomb squig to be exact. So going on, you've got your boss. You'll have some boys, but you're not really going to field the boys too much. You've got a breacher, so a guy that can basically break down walls and create new doors. You've got a flamethrower or very melee focused burner. The comms boy, communication obviously. Daka is just a heavy gunner. The grot is this little goblin creature with grappling hooks. Rocket launcher guy, knife melee guy, sniper rifle, bomb squig, which is just a lot of fun. So you get to see it's very similar to the top 3 teams all kind of have a more specialized role in the game, where compared to if you go just to the Space Marines, it's like you've got a warrior, a gunner, a intercessor gunner or a heavy gunner, a sniper, an intercessor warrior. It's just lots of warriors and like slight tweaks with the grenadier and then the sergeant, but it's not 100% as goofy as learning each individual role like the orcs. But it's not like if the sniper dies level 1 or round 2, if the sniper dies super early, you can still win the game. If the rocket boy dies super early, you can still win the game. It's not that vital or that important. Any one of these guys can die, and then the other ones can fill the role and win you the game. And most importantly, they have the move 6, so that you can get the most units always will have a move 6. It's very common. And then they have a very bad save, the +5 save, so only 33% of the time compared to 50% of the time with the Cadians and 66% of time with the Marines and the small dwarves. However, they are very, very beefy or very, very meaty, and so even though that their saves are quite low, the boss has 14 wounds, and except for the small ones, the other orcs all have 10 wounds compared to the Cadians 8. So those are my 4 teams to recommend to you guys. Catch you guys in the next video. Have fun rolling dice. Bye.